How's it going, boys and girls? Smith Royal here with another RuneScape beginner money making guide. Today I'm going to try to teach you guys how to ascend to the other side of the financial spectrum in the RuneScape world and show y'all how you can make enough gold to buy a bond and get that gear you've always wanted with just a few quick methods that are going to be as painless as I can make them. Before we get into this video, I want to thank you guys for over 30,000 views and 200 likes on my last guide that I posted about 2 months ago. A lot of you guys left some great constructive criticism and tips to help me put out a higher quality guide, and that's what I have for you today. And also, for those of you that were freaking out over me needing to activate my windows, as you can see, that issue has finally been resolved. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and lay down exactly what it is that I'm going to be going over in this video. I'm going to be showing you guys some free-to-play methods, so if you're a member, while you still can follow this guide, there's probably going to be a few more efficient things that you could do instead. I'm going to start this guide out in the very beginning with the players that are fresh off Tutorial Island. And as the video progresses, I'm going to be going into more advanced methods that either require a certain amount of coin or certain skill levels or quests that you must have completed before you are able to do the method. So I've gone ahead and left timestamps and information about the methods I'm going to be showing you down in the description below so you can skip to where you need to be based on your character. To kick off method 1, I'm going to go ahead and lay down the requirements for you newbies so you know what you need done before you can start raking in the dinero. First off, you're going to want to complete the Blood Pact quest, and you can start this quest by speaking to Xenia, who is in the Lumbridge graveyard. You can find this by running directly south of the entrance to the Lumbridge castle or south of the lodestone. She's this little old lady standing in the middle of the graveyard, so if y'all are walking through here, she's going to be nearly impossible to miss. This quest is going to take just a couple seconds, and as a reward, she's going to give you the spoils of war from the people that you defeated in the quest, and it doesn't matter which weapon you choose there, it's just going to be some nice base starter gear for you guys. But it's also going to give you access to this place called the Lumbridge catacombs. So to get there, you're going to want to go back into this door right here, and then head down these stairs, and then now once more head down the stairs in the center of the room, and you are now in the catacombs. Upon entering the catacombs, you guys are going to want to go ahead and run right through this first room full of cockroaches into this second room full of these things called corpse spiders. Now these spiders are going to drop a spider silk with every single spider that you kill, and this is going to sell for over 1k each. And they're also going to drop things like runes, or I just got this air staff drop off of it, but for the most part you're only going to want to take the spider silk. And as you can see, in that little amount of time, in literally 2 seconds, I made 2.2k. If you aren't a high enough level to kill the spiders quickly, then go ahead and head back into this first room with the cockroaches and annihilate these things for a few seconds until you level up your stats just a teeny weeny little bit so you're able to kill the spiders with relative ease. Another tip to maximize your profit when doing this method is going to be to use area loot. You can do this by opening up your gameplay settings and then clicking loot settings right here on the side. Then you guys are going to see the option to use area loot, and you're going to want to check this box. Once you've turned on area loot, you can go ahead and click on any stack of items laying around the room, and as you can see, it's going to pull everything in the surrounding area or surrounding squares from my player, and it's going to put it all in this little loot interface up in the upper left hand corner of my screen. And as you can see, even though there's only one spider silk right where I'm standing, I can pull the silk from all around the room. You can see it getting sucked up from the floor. So what this is going to enable you guys to do is this is going to let you kill a bunch of spiders, just rack up the bodies all over the room, and then you can pick them up in one big giant sweep so you don't have to waste your time looting. Now my final tip for you guys is going to be to use the lodestone to Birththorpe to bank your silk. Now let me explain what I mean by that. most players are probably going to think it's a short run back over to the Lumbridge Bank. I'm just going to run upstairs, deposit my items, and then run back. But actually, you're going to waste a lot of time by making that run over and over again. And the fastest way to do this is just going to be to use your lodestone teleport to the Berthorpe Bank, which is right next to the lodestone, as you can see right here. You're just going to want to run over and then click the button to deposit all your items in the bank at once, and then teleport back over to Lumbridge and run to the catacombs. Alright you guys, so this method actually has no requirements at all either. This is a little bit of a treat for you low-level players that don't have all those high stat requirements to do those more serious advanced methods. But the catch with this is that there is a lot of risk involved, so I'm going to try and give you all the advice that I can to help you maximize your profits with this method. What we're going to be doing in this method is going to be harvesting cursed energy at the Wilderness Volcano. Now this is probably the most camped area I have ever seen in RuneScape in all 11 years that I've been playing this game. Max level characters hop from world to world and kill everybody at this volcano to loot their energy. So I'm going to start at the beginning, show you guys how to get there, and then I'm going to try to show you how to avoid getting PK'd and show you where to run in case of a confrontation. To start this method off, head over to Edgeville, which is just north of the Barbarian Village or just west of the Grand Exchange in Varrock. From here, you're going to want to cross the line and head into the wilderness and run due north towards the Wilderness Volcano right here on the map. And your first thing you're going to want to do is head for the lodestone right here. Alright you guys, unlocking this lodestone is going to be your first priority. This is the first thing you want to do. Once you have that done, head east, and we're going to be heading over here to this little passage that we can use to sneak through and head into the center of the volcano. You're going to want to make sure you have enough energy charged up, because we're trying to run right through this pack of demons. Do not get stopped by them, especially if you're a low level. These guys will ruin your day. So here we can see the amount of traffic that I was talking about, and all of the players here. That we got 1 PKer, 2 PKers out here just in the first 5 seconds that we've been here. Alright, so once you're here, the entire method you're going to be doing, all the work you're going to have to do for this to make millions of dollars, is click on an energy wisp and fill your inventory up with energy and memories. As you can see here, I got a memory. I'm going to go ahead and show you guys what to do since I'm probably about to die. Come over to this rift in the center of the volcano, right click, and from here you're going to want to hit configure and convert all of your memories to energy. I'm surprised she didn't just shoot me. I keep expecting to die any second now, so here we go. So go ahead and convert all of your memories into energy, and you guys just want to rack up as much as you can. As you can see right there, I already made 10. You guys want to collect this stuff by the thousands if you can, but as you'll find out when you try to do this, it's going to be hard to even break 100 energy before you get killed out here. So I'm going to give you all the tips that I can to try and help you guys to get killed the least amount that you possibly can. So the first tip I'm going to show you guys is simply going to be where to run when you see a player. I personally run north out of the volcano. I'll show you this on the map. I run north out of the volcano and loop west around it, and then I run south all the way down to the Edgeville Bank. Now, the reason I do this is because PKers are here for the easy kills, and most of the time they'll give up the chase and go and find somebody else to kill when you do this. Your second option is going to be to go to the Chaos Altar out here. So you run southeast, back past the demons, and continue heading southeast until you see this little island with a lava moat around it. Now you're going to see a guy right behind the altar, and he's going to have this big huge backpack on him. Alright, so here I am at the guy I was talking about with the big backpack. you can right click and trade with him, and you want to drop all your energy into your bank as fast as you can. But beware, I'm warning you guys, this is exactly where all the players expect you to run. So this is very heavily camped, so always check your minimap for these little white dots before you come running in here like a madman. The next tip I have for you is to be in EOC combat mode, and you guys want to get all of your movement abilities on your hotbar, like Surge right here. It's a magic ability that takes 30 magic, and it's going to teleport you 10 meters forward. These are just little things to help you try and escape your attacker and just put some distance between the two of you to give you a fighting chance. The next tip I have for you is to harvest your energy as far north at the volcano as you can. The reason you want to do this is because PKers often spawn in farther south where all of the bots are. So being up here in the north is going to let you see the PKer hopefully before they see you, and give you a chance to run north and loop east around to the Chaos Altar Bank or west around to the Edgeville Bank and escape from the PKers. The last tip I have for you is to minimize risk. Now there's actually going to be two parts to this tip. First, bank all the time. There's no point in collecting up a stack of 10,000 energy just to die and lose everything. If you can get even 50 in there at a time, you're still at least going to be making some profit. The second part is to not wear any gear. Go fully unarmed so you have nothing to lose other than your time if you do get killed. There's no reason to come back out here and lose a set of rune just because you want to look intimidating before you get slaughtered. Alright, so whenever you're ready to sell your energy, you'll probably notice that these things can't be posted on the Grand Exchange. So head over to the Grand Exchange, but then instead of trying to post them, hit escape, click hop worlds, and you're going to want to transfer over to a trade world. For free to play people, it's going to be world 3. So on this trade world, you're actually going to become a salesman and call out what you're selling in the chat, and then also post the price that you're selling it for in the chat. And you know, it always fluctuates. The price on this stuff fluctuates like you wouldn't believe. This is one of the most volatile items I think there is in the game. Sometimes I've sold my energy for 350 coins each. Sometimes I've been able to sell it for almost 500 coins each. So just kind of wait around, see what other people are posting in the chat, and if you see somebody else post energy in the chat, then you want to undercut them by 5 gold each. And what this is going to do is just ensure that you are able to sell it. You know, there's not always going to be a ton of buyers sitting around. Sometimes there's only going to be 1 or 2, and you want to make sure that you are the one that is able to sell that energy. So if you guys have a little bidding war trying to sell your energy first, don't drop the price too low. I would try not to sell it for anything below 400 coins per energy. So if it gets to where you guys are yelling out like 375 each, just put it in your bank and go and collect some more and come and sell it later whenever you can get a better price for it, like somewhere around the 430 to maybe 450 gold range. Alright, so that concludes this method. This is going to be one of the best methods to make money as a free-to-play player if you can manage to not get PK'd and die all the time out there, like I do. The final method is going to be for you higher leveled characters. It's best if you can hold your own against other players, but all we're really looking for here is the ability to kill some low level bots and get out of dodge before you get killed. So I'm going to give you all a few quick tips to try and help you out with this method. Alright, so the first tip is going to be to use a ranged or magic setup. The reason you want to do this is because it's going to help you take out targets while they're running away, but it also gives you access to some EOC abilities that let you trap or slow your opponent down to give you a little bit of extra time to drop them before they slip away. So what I do personally, since I don't want to lose an expensive setup every single time I go out there, I come to Xenia in the Lumber's Graveyard, and if you completed the Blood Pact quest, she will give you a staff or a bow every single time you come to her, As you can see here, it looks like I already had the bow in my bank, so it didn't give it to me, but I got the staff and the swords. So make sure that you use either a ranged or magic setup and look into your EOC abilities, find the best hotbar for PKing, and try to get all those abilities that let you keep up with the bots while they're running away. Alright, the next tip is going to be to run to the north side of the volcano before hopping worlds. As you have probably figured out, most PKers spawn in the middle because that's where most of the bots and players are going to be collecting their energy. So that means that the ones in the center are killed more often. So they probably have less energy on them, if that makes sense, because they're getting killed by the PKers all the time. So by spawning on the outskirts, you can stay out of the way of PKers, maybe get the jump on them if you're a higher level player, but you also have a chance to hit the jackpot on that one guy that the PKer missed and loot a fat stack of energy off of someone. Another tip is going to be to camp at the Chaos Altar Bank. A lot of players and bots come here to this bank to bank their energy because it's the closest thing to the volcano. If you can catch them before they make it to the bank, you'll most likely be having a good payday. Once you're finished getting your cursed energy, go to the Grand Exchange on a trade world and sell your energy to players for a few coins under the asking price of everybody else trying to sell it. This is going to ensure that you will find a buyer. If you want me to elaborate a little bit more on that process, just go and watch the end of the previous method. It shows me at the Grand Exchange, and I talk about how you want to undercut buyers and when you should just call it quits and wait for a later time to sell your energy. Alright, so this is going to be your best way to make money as a free-to-play player, but like I said, it is extremely risky. So be careful out there on your wilderness adventures and leave a like for some good karma while you're out there. Trust me, you will need it. Alright y'all, that's it for this guide. I hope this video helps as many people as my last one did, and I would really appreciate it if you left a comment down below telling me how I can improve on these videos. Also, be sure to tell me what you want to see next. I do pay attention, as a free-to-play money guide was the most requested thing, so I hope I didn't disappoint. Anyways, thanks for tuning in, and I hope you decide to come back for future videos.